Well, with me now, AFC Wimbledon Academy Head of Football, Mark Robinson, and Under-18s Captain Archie Procter. Big game coming up for them this Saturday. It's going to be player-led, a unique thing done by AFC Wimbledon Academy. Just tell us more about that, Robbo.
Yeah, well, we had the idea at the start of the season. You know, if you speak to most coaches, they talk about young players now sort of struggle mentally sometimes with the game. Communication's poor, leadership skills aren't where they need to be. So, you know, we're always trying to come up with just different ideas of what we can do to help the lads with that. So, you know, there are lots of player-led games go on where coaches take a back seat, but we just decided the best way to do it for the lads is actually not to travel, and they work out the logistics and they do everything from start to finish in the game. So, you know, it's raised a few eyebrows with a few people, but I just think, you know, we're trying to develop young men as well as footballers, obviously. And I mean, I could tell you more how the lads felt it, but, you know, we felt we got some great outcomes from the first game, and we hope to get some great outcomes from this game. It's a pressure game for them. All games are pressure games, but they want to win it. And the way I look at it is, you know, they're going to be put into a game where anything can happen. They want to win the game desperately for league position. Anything can happen during that game. They could be 1-0 up, dominating, bad decision goes against them, and they haven't got myself or James to look to. You know, they've got to solve those problems themselves, and I'm sure you yourself have done many interviews with first team managers where they go, all players revert to type, or players didn't deal with the pressure well enough. So, you know, that's what this is about. It's about them. You know, we might go and lose, but it doesn't matter. It's not about me. It's about the boys and trying to develop them so they can deal with all manner of different things that get thrown their way. And a lot of it is on the social psychological front. I know that they're good players. It's how they can deal with things under pressure.
Archie, in terms of what you've done this already previously this season, what have you learned from from the previous time?
I think last time it was a bit new. Obviously, like Robbo said, it's never been done before. So everyone was when Robbo explained it to us, there was a few eyebrows raised like in and around the boys. But I think like we all got together, realised that only positive outcomes could come of it. Really, if the result didn't go our way, then a lot of other things mentally would go away, like in the long run. And I think that this time again, it can only benefit us in the long run as a squad and as individual players, because sometimes in games it's gonna, if we all live our dreams and we all play in the biggest stadiums with the noise and things like that, I think we're not gonna have sometimes we're not gonna be able to turn to a coach. We'll have to do it ourselves. So I think it can only be a positive thing, really.
I mean, what it could mean is you go on and play the top half of the teams in the top half of the table for the second half of the season. But it's not just about that, is it? It's about individuals and the team growing, isn't it, in terms of your leadership skills? 100%.
I think it's about like a whole squad coming together and really doing it for each other. It's a must-win game if we want to finish where we want to finish. So we have to go there, get the 3 points, but most of all we have to go there, play as a team, play as a Wimbledon team, and do the best we can. Really, that's it. Yeah.
Robbo, this just doesn't happen anywhere else, does it? It's kind of unique for us, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if anyone's done it without coaches. I mean, they used our last game on the Advanced Youth Award with the FA. They actually used the video there as part of the education process. So, I don't know. As I said, it's not for everyone. Football's a game of opinion. Some people don't see the mileage in it. I think it's fantastic for the boys because, as I said, it's not about me. You know, I'm going to wake up Saturday morning with that same butterfly feeling. I'll be checking my watch knowing that the game's going on, but I've got no control. Again, it's totally down to them, and as I said, win, lose or draw, they're only going to be outcomes. You know, if they come back with a win, it doesn't mean that they don't need a coach anymore, because it's an ongoing process. This isn't just 2 games we've picked. The process is ongoing in training. We're trying to build up their leadership skills, build up their communication, so it's just a process. So it's just part of the process. So, you know, afterwards we reflect, fingers crossed they got the win, and we look at why they got the win. But I'm sure ongoing there'll be a game where things aren't where they need to be, similar to Peterborough, and we look back and we go, well, listen, you can do it, so why has it dropped? You know, so it's just the process. They're lads learning the game, they're lads learning various other life skills as well. So, you know, we just think it's part of their development.
Archie, what's been the response from the squad in particular since the shift in mentality since you went out of the Youth Cup?
I think there's, like I said before, there's only we've gone upwards like in mentality and performance, and we think that's the reason for that has come from our change in mentality as a group. We think we've got mentally stronger in games. We're willing to do more for each other and put in a real Wimbledon performance. Like at the start of the season, most of us would put our hands up and say our performances weren't where they should have been. But we think that all our training that when Robbo and James have helped us with has led to where we are now. And we think Peterborough wasn't where it should have been, and what a game to rectify that. We need a win. So the way we could do it best is to take our own game, show we can do it, and yeah, that's what I think anyway.
I was just going to say, Robert, I was saying, I mean, already a great outcome from it was the fact that they wanted to do it on this game. So as I said, it's a must-win game for them to finish in the top half. They need to win it. And the fact that they come and said, can we have this as our next player-led game? I think that in itself shows that they're growing as young men. They could have just took the easy option and thought, oh, we'll have our coaches there. But the fact that they wanted to do it, I think, you know, again, that shows that they're all growing as young men.
Absolutely. Archie, as captain, what do you want to see from each of the team members individually? What they'll have learned from this experience again?
I'd say more of the same, really. I think we've come on such an upward spiral that everyone's got to do their own jobs and really come together as a team. I think that's where this player-led game really, like, what it does for us. I think it brings us all together. We know that it's a must-win game, so we're going to need to play together on the pitch and then also focus everything off the pitch as well. So the logistics, coach, times, handing stuff to the referees, the team sheets, things like that. So I think it's going to be a big test for us, but only one we can embrace. So.
Just give us an idea of how the day will go, because Robbo's not going to be there, neither's James Oliver Pierce as well. So
yeah, so we'll get given a meet time in the morning. So we'll all get on the coach Kings Meadow together, make sure that all the team sheets are done. Then we'll get, hopefully the injured boys will come with us as well. So then we'll go out, set up the warm-up, things like that, make sure everyone's ready, go out and warm up together, and then the game will kick off. We'll have to do our own half-time team talk, and yeah, and not even that as well, from the sidelines. So last game against Orient we had Ruben and Jamil, so we said they would take the majority of like the substitutions, so that's something as well. They would make the changes, change formation and stuff like that. So there's a lot of it. There's a lot of stuff that comes into it, but we just got to deal with it really. So yeah.
How much can you draw from that the last time? Because you fought back right at the end. How much did you all grow from that experience?
Massively. I think everyone we showed to each other that we can do it, and I think that's where a lot of our success recently has come from. I think we've all kind of looked at each other and said we are capable of doing this. Like we believe we're the best team in the league, and we know we shouldn't be where we are, but it's where we are. So I think that's where we go from. Really, we just got to do it all together, and yeah.
I think one other thing we've got to touch upon as well is, like, last Saturday, 3 of the first team members that were out there, Will Nightingale, Paul Callenby, Anthony Hartigan, all came through the under-18s, the academy. How much can you and the rest of the squad draw inspiration from that? Oh, massively. I think we look up to them. Like they've been where we are right now, and we want to be where they are right now. I think it's inspiration for us, really, seeing Paul and everyone, and Will was captaining when Deji got injured. So I think it's massive for all of us to see that there is that chance for us. So I think everyone's really responded well to that in training and in our games. And as you said, all the players, even the injured ones, we've just seen Ruben Collins out there, they'll all be coming on, they're all part of the group of this. Yeah, 100%. We're a team. So everyone will come on board, everyone will do their bit and do what we can. Archie, Mark, thanks very much indeed for your time.